What's up, everybody? My name's Jonathan. Most of you guys know me for tattoo work and art online here. Well, for years I've always had a hobby on the side that I really enjoy, and lately I've had a bunch of people requesting maybe a YouTube channel. So here we go. We're gonna call it Hand Built Hooligan. I'm a member of a national car club called the Hooligans, and they're a pretty big club. We are very proud about what we do with them, and yeah, here's a little bit. I'm just gonna take you on a little shop tour, show you what we're doing right now. I currently split a shop with a friend of mine, George, who's also in the club, and you know, we make lots of cool shit here. So basically, we'll just go on a little tour here. I'll show you what I'm doing, and yeah, I'll have more videos up all the time. You know, progress as we go. Things like this are always you know, a process. I've been working on this car probably for about 1.5 years, so I'm gonna flip this camera around and I'll take you on a little garage tour here. So here's our place. Pretty nice space, not too big, not too small. A little bit of everything in here. It's George's rat rod project he's working on. And then over here I have mine. It's a 1950 Chevy Styline Deluxe. There's not much stock left about it. I started driving it after I bought it. It had the original 216 in it, 3-speed. It was a fun car, but super unreliable, like, you know, a 7-year-old car is. And eventually we blew the motor up in it and decided to go a different route. So far, we'll start in the back here. I started by gutting out the old suspension, rear axle, all that fun stuff back there. And we swapped over to a newer rear end, open diff, or open drive line, sorry. You know, rear airbags, just bag over axle. I still got to throw a shock in there. Do a bunch of floor work and welding and whatnot. Sheet metal all needs to be done, or whatever I decide. Right now we're just rolling with the stock tank. I just flipped it around and made some new mounts for it. It still needs some straps, and you know, super easy to get to. Fuel pump, fuel filter for the motor swap. I don't know if I can get back far enough here, but the ass end of it has a 55 Chevy bumper from the front of a 55. I kind of made it fit the back. A lot more stuff we're doing back here. I'm going to do custom taillights and, you know, all kinds of fun stuff. If any of you are familiar with the Styline, you know that if you bag it at all, the floor needs to be cut up and to allow room for everything. So basically, I had some rust and a couple things, so I decided just to rebuild the whole rear floor. My good buddy Jake helped me, and we raised that floor up and gave me enough room so I can run mufflers and have plenty of room up underneath there. Trying to keep all the stock gauges. Went with a 23-inch low car shifter, building a custom center console there. Engine swap, we did a newer 5.3 LS, and it's got the 480 LE transmission, and I'll give it just a little start here. There's no exhaust on it or O2 sensors, so she might run a little rough. So she's a little rowdy right now until we tame her down with some exhaust and whatnot. Lots of custom body work coming on this car. I'm gonna radius the front fender. I kind of sketched it out there, and the back fender we're gonna totally reshape so it's a little cooler. All the paint and everything on this thing was just kind of messing around with some rattle cans in the driveway. I did a little lace on the roof, and whatever was laying around kind of got sprayed on it. I have a set of suicide door hinges that are going in there. Again, custom taillights in the front of the car, I started doing a little customization up here as well. I Frenched the stock headlights with the stock rings. I really like that look. It's just real smooth. I took the front bumper off there and the front stock grill. I used the top of the stock grill and custom made the bottom piece there, and threw some Dagmars on it. So that's a work in progress. I don't know what I'm gonna stick in there. Kicking around a couple different ideas. I built this this light bar here to kind of float in there. It's pretty cool, but it doesn't quite match the aesthetic with the Dagmars. It's just a little too busy. So we'll keep going. We'll figure out what's gonna go in there for now. The Dagmars came off of 55 Buick. They originally had a piece that wrapped around out of this hole around the side of the car. It didn't quite fit the radius and the aesthetic of what I was going for, so I cut it up and got rid of those, and I'm actually using the wraparound pieces from the Dagmars to build a split bumper, and then that's what this came from too. These pieces are just end pieces that came off of that, and then there's a piece of that split bumper on this side, that piece of that Dagmar we're using to make a split bumper on that side. So you know, you kind of use what you got, and no one ever taught me how to do this stuff. I'm just kind of one of those figure it out on your own guys. The club has a bunch of great knowledge and members, and we all kind of help each other and learn how to do stuff. George, my shop partner here, is a bank of knowledge. He's been you know, in the machine industry and working with metal all of his life, so he's got lots of knowledge. But yeah, so that's that. Let me see here if I can set this down for a second and try and pop the hood open and show you what's going on underneath there. So like I said, we did a 5.3 LS 2006 swap in there. Used some Walton motor mounts. That battery's gonna end up in the trunk when we're all said and done. Intake came from a 2006 Silverado kit that I kind of cut up and chopped the filter up and made it work. Wiring's about half done. Still got to wire front headlights, grill, fan, tail lights, all that stuff, and then I got to do all my brake lines need run, and I think I'm going to build a custom cover out of some sheet metal and just cover up all that nonsense with a nice cover. You know, something cool. But yeah, that's about it for now. Got a long way to go, but you know, a little bit at a time. The front end's not bagged at all, just the rear end. So I'm trying to go for that tail dragger look, but I'm sure eventually we'll bag the rear end too. It's been a long process. You know, like I said, it's about 1.5 years worth of work in there. I've been in a real garage atmosphere here just for the last 4 months maybe. So a lot of the work's really gotten done in the last 4 months. Before that, I was just working at home. So working at home's a little harder. My garage isn't as big, and you know, having the space and the right tools really helps a lot. So in the future, I definitely will make more videos as we do things. I want to, you know, finish building that custom grill, do some more body work to it. Where, you know, custom tail lights. I think I'm going with some 61 Biscayne lights that I picked up. You know, just kind of go with the flow. Like I said, we're gonna do a total custom opening in the rear fender well. I'm gonna model it after the early Impala Biscayne kind of swoop to the rear wheel well opening, but I'm gonna do it a little smaller, a little closer to the ground. So you know, stay tuned, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll post videos as often as I can. You know, with my tattoo work and the other art stuff I do. I don't get a lot of time to get down here, but when I do, you know, I spend time and get things done. So, yeah, like I said, people ask for it, so let's do a YouTube video, have some fun, build some cool stuff, and, you know, give you guys all something to look at. So, for now, like I said, be sure to subscribe, Hand Built Hooligan on YouTube. Click the link, subscribe, enjoy. If you have any questions, feel free to message me. Like I said, I'm not a professional. This is what I do for fun. It's total hobby, and I just kind of do it. If you can suggest a better way of doing things, definitely let me know. So I appreciate all of you throughout the years supporting me in everything I do. It's a pretty rad feeling to have so much social media support, and look forward to the future. Have a good day, everybody.